Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Football Special, a recap here at Catch It Live First. It is Monday, the 30th of December, 2024. We've got tonight's results for you and a brief recap of the games with the incidents. But starting off tonight with some sad news over in Northern Ireland. Cliftonville should have played Dungannon and Linfield should have played Larne. Both those goals were postponed. The reason being, it says postponed due to a tragic event in the Cliftonville team. And after doing some quick digging around on my phone, it says Cliftonville defender Newbury dies suddenly. Cliftonville's game against Dungannon Swifts and Linfield's match with Larne on Monday night have both been postponed. In a statement posted on the club's website, Cliftonville said they were devastated. So I haven't looked into any more details, but yeah, sad news indeed over in Northern Ireland, and for the Cliftonville team and family and friends, everybody involved. Just a horrible thing to happen, especially at this time of year. I know it seems a silly thing to say, but whenever anything like this happens to anybody in any walk of life at this time of year, which is supposed to be a joyous time, something like this does sully the festive season. And yeah, not good news at all. So thoughts with everybody involved there. Right, let's move on to excuse me. English Premier League tonight. We'll start off with Aston Villa. They hosted Brighton. It finished Aston Villa 2, Brighton 2. Brighton taking the lead on 12 minutes through Adingra. And Ollie Watkins with a penalty on 36 minutes levelled things up for Aston Villa. And that's the way it stayed until half-time. 3 yellow cards in that first half. 2 minutes after half-time, or 47 minutes, Aston Villa took the lead through Morgan Rogers' goal with an assist from Ollie Watkins. And it stayed that way until the 81st minute when Lamptey levelled things up for Brighton. And that's the way it stayed. So there was 2 yellow cards in the second half, 3 in the first. So if you're on 5 and overs, well done to you. We'll have a look at the end to see how that affects the league standings. But it did finish Villa 2, Brighton 2. Moving on to Ipswich and Chelsea. Ipswich hosted Chelsea. That finished surprisingly. Ipswich 2, Chelsea 0. Delap with a penalty on 12 minutes gave Ipswich the lead. Joe Felix on 24 minutes thought he'd equalised for Chelsea, but VAR intervened. It was disallowed for offside. Half-time score was 1-0 to Ipswich. On the 53rd minute, Hutchinson doubled Ipswich's lead. Another assist from Delap this time. And that's the way it finished. Lots of yellow cards in this game. One in the first half. In the second half, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cards for Chelsea, 3 yellow cards for Ipswich. So if you're on the overs with the cards, well done you. You'll be collecting a nice little amount from the bookmakers. Finally, in the Premiership tonight, Manchester United hosted Newcastle. It finished Manchester United 0, Newcastle 2. Isak, it just took him 4 minutes to give Newcastle the lead, and Joe Linton on 19 minutes doubled Newcastle's lead, and that's the way it stayed right until the final whistle. 2 yellow cards in the match, 1 for each team. United were a little bit better in the second half, but the first 20 minutes it was like men against boys, and it's not looking good for Ruben Amorim and Old Trafford in general. The stadium's in as much disarray as the team. Standings in the Premier League now. Liverpool, as you can see down here, they played West Ham yesterday and it was just a demolition job. They look absolutely fantastic, do Liverpool. Manchester United go there this weekend. I fly out to Poland this Sunday, so I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to watch the Liverpool. Liverpool, they're going to demolish United, aren't they? Let's be honest. But Liverpool currently sit in top spot on 45 points, and they've got a game in hand over Nottingham Forest, who are in second on 37 points. Arsenal sit third on 36 points. They're also only having played 18 games. Then Chelsea, they're in fourth on 35 points, having lost the last two games now. They lost against Fulham. They've lost tonight against Ipswich, so a little bit of a mini blip there for Chelsea. Newcastle, with that win over Manchester United, they move up to fifth place now. They've won the last four. Their only defeat in the last five was that odd game against Brentford when they got beat 4-2. Manchester City, they occupy the last European place in sixth on 31 points after they beat Leicester on the weekend by 2-0. Down at the bottom, Ipswich are on 15 points now. They're still in the bottom three, but they're in 18th place, just one place behind Wolves. Manchester United, they're in 14th place, and I won't say they're in a relegation battle yet, although the manager Amarin insists they are. They're on 22 points currently. They've lost the last three games. In fact, out of the last five games, they lost against Forest. They beat Manchester City. Odd result. Lost 3-0 to Bournemouth, lost 2-0 to Wolves, and they've lost 2-0 tonight against Newcastle United. So it's not going well at Old Trafford. Apparently, I saw a thing today where it said there was, after the Bournemouth game, Marcus Rashford came into the changing rooms apparently, told the players they weren't fit to wear the jersey, and there was a set to with Kobe Mainoo apparently. So the two, from what it was, I think it was on TikTok, I saw it, apparently they were rolling around on the floor fighting, and Rashford also told Kobe Mainoo, don't invite your brother to the stadium or something, tell him to stop wearing dresses. And whether this is speculation, whether somebody knows and they've leaked it, I don't know. But it's just more turmoil at Old Trafford. Right, moving on. England League 2, AFC Wimbledon hosted Gillingham. It finished Wimbledon 1, Gillingham 0. 0-0 at half-time, no yellow cards, nothing happened. On the 50th minute, Stevens, with an assist from Tilly, made it 1-0 to AFC Wimbledon, and that's the way it stayed. There was 5 yellow cards in the second half, and that's pretty much all you can say about that League 2 match. It's a good result for Wimbledon because they moved up into second place, joint second place now. Walsall are well clear at the top on 49 points. However, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, and sixth place, they are all on 37 points. Wimbledon, who are in second, and Notts County, who are in third, they've both got a game in hand. And Crewe, who sit in seventh place, the final playoff spot, they're only on 36 points. They've also got a game in hand. So it is tight at the top in League 2. Just have a quick look at the bottom. Carlisle won at the weekend. However, they still remain in the bottom two, but they're just a point now behind Accrington. Morecambe sit plumb last, or plumb bottom, in 24th place. They lost to Salford 1-0 at the weekend, and they've lost 4 out of the last 5. Their only win coming against, bizarrely, Carlisle. Moving over to Europe, in Italy, Serie A, 2 games were played tonight. Como hosted Lecce. It finished Como 2, Lecce 0. There was a missed penalty for Como in the first half by Paz. Didn't matter as it happened, but 0-0 at half-time. Then on 49 minutes, Paz made up for his penalty miss, making it 1-0 to Como. They also had a goal disallowed for offside on 56 minutes by VAR, but they did double the lead on 79 minutes when Cutrone wrapped up the points for Como. 4 yellow cards in that second half, just the one in the first. So if you're on 5 and over, well done you. The other game that was played was Bologna against Verona. This was a little bit of a goal fest. Finished Bologna 2, Verona 3. Bologna opened the scoring on 20 minutes through Dominguez. On 38 minutes, Sarr equalised for Verona. And Tengsted made it 2-1 to the away side just before half-time, 2 minutes into injury time at the end of the first half he scored, making it Bologna 1, Verona 2. In the second half, on 51 minutes, Pabega for Bologna, he saw red for an elbow. And bizarrely, once he got sent off, Dominguez levelled things, making it 2-2. But there was an own goal in the 88th minute. Castro, it was, the unlucky player, which gave all 3 points to the away side Verona. So it finished Bologna 2, Verona 3. Plenty of cards in this game. 1 yellow card in the first half, then a red card in the second, followed by a further 6 yellows. So if you had overs for the cards, bravo, well done. Standings-wise, Bologna, they stay in 7th. It's a good result for Verona, though, because they move... Well, they're pulling away from the bottom 3. They're on 18 points now, sitting in 16th place. In respect of Bologna, yeah, they're in 7th on 28. On 28 points. They could have done without that loss, actually, because there's a 4-point gap now to Juventus, who are in the final European place. The Como and Lecce match. Lecce just 1 place above the drop zone on 16 points. They're in 17th position. Como, they now, with that victory, have moved into 15th place. So they were just sitting above the drop zone there, but they're now 3 places above it. So just that one victory has moved them up 3 places. Well done to Como. In the Northern Ireland Premiership, Ballymena played, I think they had 2 red cards in that game. They did indeed. We'll go through the scores for the games that did go ahead tonight. So it was Ballymena 0, Glenavon 2. Carrick Rangers 0, Crusaders 0. As we spoke about at the start of this video, Cliftonville and Dungannon and Linfield and Larne, both those games were postponed due to the death of the Cliftonville player. Loughgall 1, Coleraine 3, Portadown 0 and Glentoran 2. In the Northern Ireland Championship, Newington 2, Institute 0, Anna 4, Bangor FC 3, H&W Welders 3, Ballyclare 1, Newry City 1, Armagh 1, Limavady 2, Ballinamallard 1. And that is all the meaningful football from today, the 30th. Oh, there was one game in Portugal that was that finished. Liga Portugal. It was Famalicão 1, Santa Clara 2. And that is all she wrote for your football special, a recap. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Ping that notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that would be superb. 3 stream supporters for tonight: jalexpetproducts.co.uk, heavenlypleasures.co.uk, removepest.co.uk. Links in the description to this video. Use the promo codes, grab yourself a bargain. And that is all she wrote. We will be back tomorrow with keep your eye out in the morning for the 6-horse 10p accumulator post. And we'll have the betting shop after tea tomorrow. That's assuming there is racing tomorrow. I'll double check that. But yeah, make sure you hit that notifications bell so you never miss a video or a live stream. I'm Jimmy James. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.